You Bet Your Life, weekdays at 4:30 on ABC6. This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Violence in Providence. One person is dead after a shooting in the Manton section of the city. What we know about the investigation. Plus, a missing 4-year-old prompts a search by land, sea, and air in Massachusetts. Details on this developing story. And the Boston Celtics toppled the 76ers to take Game 7 of the NBA playoffs. We break down that game and have player reaction. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tara Lenazak. It's Monday, May 15th, and happy Monday to you all. If you have the Monday blues, shake them off. We have good weather coming up. Here's ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Skylar Spindler. She's here with your forecast. Good morning, Skylar.
Good morning. Yeah, you might need a light jacket as you head out the door. It's a little cool, but don't worry, we warm up very quickly as we head into the morning hours. And we'll see some breezy winds out of the west and much warmer for tomorrow. So right now it's 45 degrees in Providence. Winds are out of the west at 6 miles an hour this morning. You can see around the area, some of us a little cool, 37 degrees in Taunton. It's 53 in Boston, but 45 in Providence. And we're looking at 41 degrees in Westerly this morning. So what can you expect for today? Mostly sunny skies outside. Got a few clouds. It's going to move in the afternoon time, but we're going to keep our coastal areas, the Cape area, the islands in the 60s today, so still not too bad. And as you head further inland, we're going to get into those 70s, but most of us are going to see some nice, cool, low 70s for our high today. So we'll be winds will be out of the west at 10 to 20 miles an hour. And I say cool because I just came back from Florida, so I've been like used to the 85-degree weather. So I'm like, oh, 70s are cool. So got to get back in the swing here. So futurecast. As we head into today, you'll see those 70s as we get into the afternoon. And we stay in the 70s till we get into 7 o'clock tonight. So if you're heading out the door, maybe doing a baseball game tonight with the kids or a soccer match, something going on, we're still going to be in the 70s by the time we get into the evening hours. And then we finally get into the 60s as we get into later on tonight. But we only dip down into the 50s for the overnight. I'm going to have more details on your forecast coming up here in just a moment.
Skylar, thank you. Way to rub it in that you just got back from Florida. No, we're happy to have you back on Good Morning Providence. We'll see you in just a bit. All right, at 6:02, our top story this hour. One person is dead after a shooting on Manton Ave late last night. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Tregellis is live at Providence Police Headquarters to tell us more about what we know this morning. Good morning, Yanni.
Tara Linwell, this morning we're still working to confirm more information with Providence Police, but what we can tell you confirmed is that one person was shot and killed in the 900 block of Manton Ave last night. Now, this shooting happening at around 11 o'clock last night. Initial reports from Providence Police was that they were looking for a greenish-gray Dodge Caravan that fled the scene after the shooting. Now, this shooting scene remaining active through the overnight hours as police continue to investigate this deadly shooting. And most of their investigation was centered around a home on Manton Ave. As you can see, there was crime scene tape surrounding that home all throughout the overnight hours. Now, this does mark the 5th homicide in the city of Providence for 2023. And again, we are working to confirm more details with Providence Police. We'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online. We're live in Providence. Yanni Tregellis, ABC6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that update. A 23-year-old man is dead after a shooting in Fall River. Police say the homicide happened Saturday night on County Street shortly before 11 p.m. When first responders arrived on scene, they found Diamante Odom laying on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound. Odom was taken to Rhode Island Hospital, where he died early Sunday morning. Massachusetts State Police and Fall River Police say they don't have a suspect in custody, but are actively investigating. And happening now in South Boston, first responders will continue their search for a missing 4-year-old boy who was last seen on Castle Island. A massive police presence gathered in South Boston Sunday night. An emergency crews could be seen using flashlights, boats, and a helicopter to search the area for the toddler. Police say Mohammed Fofina was playing at a park when he went missing just after 7 p.m. And multiple agencies were called to the scene to help perform a sweep, but called off the search a few hours later. We'll continue to update you as new information comes into the newsroom. And a Cranston man is facing charges after fleeing the scene of an accident. Police say the head-on crash happened on Pontiac Avenue early Sunday morning around 1:30. 49-year-old Christopher Blair allegedly fled the scene while the other driver had a broken leg. Police say Blair was arrested and charged with leaving the scene of an accident resulting in personal injury. In Cranston, police say students' cars were vandalized during Pilgrim High School's junior prom Friday night. The prom was held at the Roads on the Patuxent, and police say graffiti was drawn on multiple cars' windows with chalk. The investigation is ongoing at this time. And dozens of firefighters battle a 20-acre brush fire in Attleboro on Sunday. Officials say the fire started in the woods on Brookside Drive, and first reports of smoke were called in shortly before 5 Sunday morning. Firefighters from several communities across Bristol County used water from a nearby pond to contain hot spots. Now, the deputy chief tells ABC6 no residents were affected. This was the second brush fire in Attleboro in the last week.
The brush fire season has been extraordinary. We've been putting out brush fires since December. It's been dry, and we anticipate that to continue throughout the season unless we see some major rains.
Perkins went on to say the response to the brush fire was extremely labor intensive because it was so deep into the woods. Let's get a look outside at 6:06 with our ABC6 Skycam. You can see the sun shining out there. We're in store for a nice, beautiful day to start off the week. Here's ABC6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Skylar Spindler. She has your forecast on the 6th.
Oh, it's so bright and sunny outside. Absolutely gorgeous morning. A little cool outside. So as you're getting up and heading out the door, you might want to just throw on a light jacket because a lot of us are sitting in the low 40s right now. Even if you have us in those upper 30s, Taunton has 37 degrees this morning. But a lot of us, like I said, just sitting in those low 40s, 43 in Falmouth. It is 45 in Smithfield, but that sun's going to warm us up very quickly today. So we're going to rebound those temperatures very fast. So by the time we get into about the 10 o'clock area, most of us were pretty much sitting in the 60 degrees. So you need that jacket for maybe the next hour or two, and then you can ditch it. We're going to see 70-degree temperatures for the afternoon. Got a few clouds that'll pop on through the area. So we'll mostly see some mostly sunny skies throughout the day. So a lot of sunshine, a few clouds moving in the afternoon. But even as we head into the evening hours, it still stays warm. So if you're heading out to a game, you have anything to do this evening with the kids, it's still going to be nice outside even up to midnight. Look, we're still sitting at 60 degrees by midnight. So here's a look at what we can expect for the week. So we have that quick warm up today, but for the week, we do have a cold front that's going to move through midweek, say Wednesday. It's going to bring a little bit cooler air, but no big deal. We're going to see some just those 60s, so not entirely too cold. So we'll still be in the 60-degree temperatures, but we do have breezy winds that'll be moving through the area, and expect those breezy conditions to last through much of the week. So watches and warnings. We do have this fire weather watch in effect for the next couple of days, and that's just because we have those breezy west winds moving in, and our relative humidity levels are expected to be dropping as we get into tomorrow. So those future winds, not entirely too bad for Monday. So for today, not bad, but by the time we get into tomorrow, they do start to pick up. So today we're going to see that 10 to 15 and a few of us seeing up to 20 miles an hour. But by the time we get into Tuesday, that's when those winds do start to increase. We'll see those 20-mile-an-hour winds and those relative humidity levels start to drop. But I'm going to have more details on your 7-day forecast coming up here in a moment.
Let's take a look outside at 6:08 with our ABC6 Skycam. We're taking a look at Thurbers right now, and you can see the sun just shining out there as the cars are hitting the roads. Really nice to see. Let's take a look at some travel times. All right, if you're traveling 195 westbound, state line to the 95 split, you're okay there. It's just 3 minutes. 24 northbound, time is starting to tick up a bit. Fall River to Route 93, it's about 36 minutes right now. All right. Celtics fans rejoice. Time to talk Celtics in the NBA playoffs. The Celtics needing a Game 7 win against the 76ers to move on in the postseason. And boy, did they answer the call. Boston steamrolling past Philly 112-88. ABC6 Sports Director Nick Coit has reaction from the TD Garden.
Sports cliche, big-time players step up in big-time games, and that's exactly what Jason Tatum did on Sunday. If he was a conductor, this was his 5th symphony, an NBA Game 7 playoff record, 51 points to lead the Celtics past the 76ers and on to the Eastern Conference Finals. At one point in Game 7, Tatum leading the C's on a 28-3 run in the third quarter. Where have we heard those numbers before? It also follows up a Game 6 performance that was heroic at the end, but was shaky to start. 1 for 15 from the field. Tatum admitting on Sunday that he was a little too amped up to start Game 6. Not the case in Game 7. He was dominant from start to finish.
Especially with our season being on the line last game, I was just excited to, we had another opportunity today as a team, and for myself, just to kind of bounce back. Just being in another Game 7, being able to come back home in front of our fans, I was really excited just for the moment to come out here and play today.
I just saw a well-balanced game to where he was competing on the defensive end, and he was making the right play on offense, and he made shots.
Head coach Joe Mazzulla also saying after this one, he's going home. He's going to pour himself a glass of Italian red, and he's going to start studying up on the next opponent for the C's. It is the Miami Heat. It's a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals. Game 1 is set for an 8:30 tip-off here on Wednesday night. By the way, this is the 5th time in 7 years the Celtics are back in the Eastern Conference Finals. From TD Garden in Boston, I'm Nick Coit, ABC 6 Sports.
Thanks, Nick. Great stuff. Jaylen Brown of the Celtics tweeting last night, energy is shifting, so bring on Miami. We're pumped. It's 6:10, still to come on Good Morning Providence. A police-involved shooting in Massachusetts. What the assailant was seen charging officers with. The latest on that investigation. Plus, police K9 Ruby died 1 year ago after being sick. Her rags to riches story as she's remembered 1 year later. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you so much. We'll be right back.
On this together.
This is all about your injury.
All you gotta do is sign.
The offer's more than fair.
All you have to do is sign.
You call the lawyer, D'Oliveira and Associates.
I hate those guys.
Call D'Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
How powerful is Cox Internet?
Beginning simulation.
So powerful that one day you'll be able to simulate a real game against some of the best basketball players in the world. From your driveway. Cox Internet. With multi-gig speeds coming soon, it's internet built for tomorrow, today.
Want to leave works all day so I can keep working my magic. Just want to leave. 12 hours of uninterrupted arthritis pain relief. Aleve, who do you take it for?
Long Moving and Storage is New England's premier moving and storage company. Whether it's a household or an office move, the experienced team at Long Moving and Storage will handle your items with the utmost care.
Whatever your moving and storage needs, Long Moving and Storage has got you covered.
I started screening for colon cancer because of my late husband, Jay. I wish he could have seen our daughter, Ellie, get married on the best day of her life. But colon cancer took him from us, like it's taken so many others. That's why I've made it my mission to talk about getting screened and ask people to share their reasons why.
I screen for my growing family. Being with them means everything to me.
I screen for my girls. They're always surprising me.
I screen for my son. I'm his biggest fan.
If you're 45 or older and at average risk, it's time to screen. Today, there are more screening options than ever before, including Cologuard.
Cologuard is non-invasive and finds 92% of colon cancers, even in early stages. It's not for those at high risk. False positive and negative results may occur. Ask your provider if Cologuard is right for you.
Everyone has a reason to screen for colon cancer. If you're 45 or older, get started at missiontoscreen.com.
The insurance company is at it again, trying to deny your claim. Tell them you mean business. Call D'Oliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
Welcome back. It's 6:13 in Massachusetts. New details about an officer-involved shooting. Investigators say an officer shot a man in Oxford after the suspect allegedly ran at the officer with a sword. Oxford is in the south central part of the state. Paramedics took the man to a hospital for treatment, but no word yet on his condition. The officer was not injured and is now on administrative leave while police investigate the incident. Oxford police officers do not wear body cameras. And over in Natick, the body of a boater whose canoe capsized on Fisk Pond was found Saturday night. Officials say divers found the adult male around 10:30 p.m. and another person who was in the capsized canoe made it to shore on his own before first responders arrived on scene. And at the Cape Cod Canal, Massachusetts Environmental Police were seen transporting a victim of a water rescue around 10:30 Sunday morning. First responders performed life-saving measures on the victim, but he later died at Falmouth Hospital. The victim's identity is not being released at this time, and the incident remains under investigation. Turning to a surprising development at the southern border, the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary reports border encounters are down by 50%. Now, that decrease comes just 4 days after the pandemic-era health policy allowing the U.S. to deport most migrants expired. ABC's Justin Finch with more from Washington.
In the nation's capital, dozens of migrants arrived outside the vice president's residence Sunday night. And in New York City, 3 migrant buses arrived over the weekend, and a Manhattan hotel is being converted into an emergency migrant shelter. New York Mayor Eric Adams says his city is overwhelmed and plans to bus more migrants to suburbs. As U.S. cities struggle to support arriving migrants, Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is reporting a major downturn in migrant crossings at the U.S.-Mexico border.
Over the past 2 days, the United States Border Patrol has seen an approximately 50% drop in the number of people encountered at our southern border.
That drop comes just days after Title 42, the pandemic-era health policy that allowed the U.S. to deport most migrants, expired last week. President Biden responding.
My hope is they'll continue to go down, but we have a lot more work to do.
Mayorkas says the U.S.'s stricter asylum-seeking policies are making an impact. The new rules call for non-Mexican migrants seeking asylum to first show proof they've been denied protection from a country they passed through on their way to the U.S. border. They're also required to use a federal app to make an appointment, though many migrants say it's been difficult to do so due to glitches and a lack of cell service. Breaking these rules could mean deportation plus a 5-year ban on entering the U.S. And the ACLU is now suing the Biden administration, likening its new border policies to the Trump administration and calling asylum bans cruel and illegal. Secretary Mayorkas firing back, insisting those Biden-era policies are not an asylum ban. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
We're starting off a bit cool this morning. You'll need the jacket as you head out the door, but it's going to warm up very quickly today, so those temperatures are going to rebound very fast. So we'll see that cool start, but we'll have a lot of sunny skies in store. We'll get a couple of passing clouds in the afternoon, but just such a nice day overall with those 70-degree temperatures around the area. For this week, what you can expect, we have some cooler air moving in by middle of the week. That's a little bit of a cold front that's going to pop into the area, and that's going to be dropping our temperatures down to the 60s. So expect some of those breezy winds and some of those rain chances to start to move in by the weekend. So what can we expect? So we do have this fire weather watch in effect for the next couple of days. And it's just because our conditions are going to start to be dropping. So we have these humidity levels that are going to drop a bit. And then we have winds that are going to be picking up. So those two combinations are really not good for fire weather. So right now, those relative humidity levels, not bad. We're still pretty decent right now, but those are expected to drop around 30% as we start to head into tomorrow. So SkyCam right now, nice sunny skies, really pretty clear, no clouds for as far as we can see, 45 degrees in Providence. Winds are out of the west at about 6 miles an hour. And the temperatures around the area, we're looking at 37 in Taunton. So we had this little patch of 30s, but up in Boston, 53 degrees. Falmouth is 43 degrees, 41 in Westerly this morning. So what are we looking at for today? Nothing really. It's just a nice day, nice pretty day, nothing on the map. Nice high pressure system in place, keeping us pretty clear all across New England. So you can kind of see here through the day. So that's pretty nice. So we don't really expect our next round of rain to move in till the weekend. So for today, mostly sunny. We'll keep the Cape and the coastal area in the 60s today. Winds will stay out of the west about 10 to 15 miles an hour with around 20 miles an hour along our coastal areas. And those future winds as we head through the day today, not so bad, 10 to 15 miles an hour. And again, like I said, 20 miles an hour and maybe a little bit heavier along our island areas. So we'll keep that around. We'll die down slightly in the overnight hours, but then by the time tomorrow gets in here, we pick up a little bit more. So just expect some breezy conditions through tomorrow and into Wednesday. And we'll keep some of these heavier winds later on in the week as well. But for now, we have that, again, those chances of rain moving in for the weekend. So what's that big setup? So we have a lot of high pressure out to the west, warming trend out west, but for us, a bit of cool air that's going to pop in. So this is going to be part of that front that's going to be moving in on Wednesday. Our allergies are in full force too right now. So all through the week, today, tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, they are running very high. So you'll see that pollen on the car. You'll still be coughing, maybe some sniffle, sneezing going on through the week. And for our 7-day forecast, it's gonna be not too bad. We're gonna see those 60s by Wednesday, and we're gonna keep those breezy conditions in store for much of the week. But then by the time we get into the weekend, unfortunately, we do have some rain coming in, but it is much needed.
Skylar, thank you. At 6:20, the city of Warwick, alongside Rhode Island State Police K-9 officers, remembered Ruby Saturday night. It was the 1-year anniversary of Ruby's death. A bench featuring her badge number was dedicated to Ruby's owner, Sergeant Dan O'Neill, and his family. They were together for 10 years. O'Neill's wife says Ruby died a hero.
Ruby was just a godsend. She was, at the time when she came to us, she was a mess. If you've seen the story Rescued by Ruby, she was adopted 5 different times. Nobody wanted to deal with her. She was unmanageable, they would say. And my husband, Daniel O'Neill, got chosen to be part of the K-9 unit and take her in and give her a good job.
In 2017, Ruby found a lost and distressed teenager who was the son of a shelter volunteer who had cared for her as a puppy. A film telling her story premiered last March on Netflix. And at 6:21, still to come on Good Morning Providence, for some children, going to the dentist means missing some time at school. But what if the dentist came to the kids? A look at a school dental program getting high marks.
Coffee went from last resort to first option.
Now try a McCafe iced coffee with bold new flavor. Get any size for just $1.79. Only at McDonald's.
Summer savings end Monday with up to $1,200 off during the Memorial Day preview sale at Raymore and Flanigan. Why wait? Savings are hot throughout the store. Living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, and more. Choose from our selection of top mattress brands. And with free next day delivery, you can sleep better tomorrow. Or get special financing and pay over time with no interest for 72 months. Hurry in, super hot summer savings end Monday, only at Raymore and Flanigan.
While most drivers spend their lives going from point A to B, in America, we're all about point X. That's why our most versatile BMW X-Range vehicles are proudly manufactured right here in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The BMW X-Range, your next X-Venture, starts here.
Hurry in to the BMW Memorial Day sales event and lease a BMW X3 for $609 per month.
We're reinventing our network
for total confidence and complete control.
Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service.
Lowe's knows the first step to motivation
is inspiration.
So we've got new everything. New flooring, new paint, new patio sets, new pillows. I can keep going if you want me to. You got this, and we got you.
You love a cold, refreshing soft drink from McDonald's. So we've got even colder ones.
Now get any size frozen Coca-Cola for just $1.99. Only at McDonald's.
With so many new options out there to try to help you slim down, it's like we're living in a weight loss revolution. But what do you need to know about weight loss drugs? This week, Dr. Jen is here with real answers for you. Plus, Gordon Ramsay, the new Little Mermaid, Halle Bailey, and Harrison Ford himself. Live on GMA this week.
Welcome back at 6:24. Good Morning Providence continues with a focus on your health. Schools might not be the first place you think of for dental care, but they can actually help protect our kids' teeth with more. Here's ABC's News' Lindsay Watts.
Kids spend most of their time in school, and going to the dentist can mean taking time away from school and learning. But what if we bring the dentists to school? Some schools have sealant programs where a dentist will come to the school and apply a sealant on children's teeth, an effective way to prevent cavities for millions of kids. Dental sealant is a thin coating that's applied to the back teeth, which are used the most while chewing. These coatings protect teeth from developing cavities for many years. Cavities are common in children and can cause pain and affect eating habits, but they're also completely preventable. If you have trouble taking your kid to the dentist, ask your school about starting a sealant program. With this Medical Minute, I'm Lindsay Watts, ABC News.
The FDA approved a new drug to treat symptoms of menopause. It treats hot flashes and night sweats by blocking receptors in the brain. Now, it's an alternative to hormone replacement therapies, and women with a higher risk of stroke, heart attacks, or cancer are sometimes advised against HRTs. In clinical trials of more than 3,000 women, the drug reduced the number of hot flashes they experienced each week. But it also comes with a warning about risk of liver injuries. Here's ABC 6 meteorologist Skylar Spindler. She has your forecast on the 6.
If you're headed off to the bus stop, you'll just need a light jacket this morning. We'll be 52 degrees by 7 a.m. Nice and sunny skies today. By the time you head home, we'll be in the 70s, and it'll be very nice throughout the day. So you can kind of see some of these temperatures trending. We warm up very quickly this morning, so we'll be in the 60s here by 9 a.m. So as we head into the day, we'll be warming up nicely. We're going to keep the coastline a little bit cooler today. We'll keep you in the 60s for your high. Winds will be out of the west about 10 to 20 miles an hour, with those winds a little bit more breezy along our coastline and Cape areas. We'll have some passing clouds throughout the afternoon. Future winds as we move into tomorrow, we'll see that 15 to 20 mile an hour wind speeds. Nantucket seeing roughly about 25 miles an hour and even upwards. So expect those winds to be a little breezy, maybe even gusty at times as we head into tomorrow and even into Wednesday. So 7-day forecast, so breezy conditions. We do have a cold front that moves through on Wednesday. That's going to drop our temperatures down a bit, but we'll be in the 60s, so no big deal. It'll be still pretty nice. We do have a rain that starts to move into the area by Saturday.
6:26 still to come on Good Morning Providence. Police investigating a homicide in Fall River. We have the latest on the investigation. And residents picking up the pieces in Texas after a deadly tornado. We take you to the damage. You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We thank you. Don't go anywhere.
Dust and debris can leave your carpets, upholstery, and more looking dull and dirty. Stanley Steamer certified technicians can remove the buildup and restore your home to a cleaner and healthier space. For a fresh start this season, call or go online to schedule your deep cleaning with Stanley Steamer today.
At Home Outlet, we help bring your ideas to life. Remodeling or building new, we're here to help you. Kitchens, baths, floors, and a whole lot more. Our Home Outlet locations across the country are full of new, quality products and at better prices, guaranteed.
Gray Vanity Top Combo, only $481 each. Bayonne Ceramic Tile, only $3.99 a square foot.
Come see us at Home Outlet.
110 Grill, the perfect spot for lunch or a night out in Providence. Located downtown, 110 Grill offers delicious signature drinks, awesome apps, giant sandwiches, and specialty entrees in a modern, relaxed atmosphere. Our kitchen is certified allergy-friendly, and our entire menu can be made gluten-free. Go to 110grill.com to plan your visit or sign up for the loyalty program for special rewards.
Kayaking is my thing.
Running is awesome. But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable.
I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much. Now we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion, and Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
Now's the time for cleaner indoor air with an air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer. You've known us for carpet cleaning, but we've been cleaning air ducts for over 20 years. We do things the right way, cleaning your entire system. So if you need an air duct cleaning, call 1-800-STEAMER today.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, Good Morning Providence.
Welcome back to Good Morning Providence. I'm Tara Lenizak. It's 6:30. Happy Monday. And don't worry, we have some good news for you on a Monday. What's better than that? There's good weather in store for you later on in the day. Here's Skylar Spindler. She has your forecast. Good morning, Skylar.
Good morning. Yeah, this week is going to start off pretty nice, but you do need a light jacket this morning as you head out the door. Bit of a cool start, but we warm up very quickly. We'll see those temperatures rebounding fast as we head into the later morning and into the early day. But we're going to have some breezy west winds, and that's going to help us warm up today and tomorrow. So right now, Providence looking at 45 degrees with the winds out of the west at about 6 miles an hour. Temperatures around the area, some of us sitting in the 30s right now, 37 in Taunton, but it's 53 in Boston. We got 45 in Smithfield, 41 in Westerly. So for today, we're going to be mostly sunny throughout the day. Our coastal and Cape area, we're going to keep you in the 60s for your high. But as we move further inland, we're going to get into those 70s. Most of us will be around those low 70s, but a few of us are going to warm up even up to 75, 76 today. Winds will stay out of the west 10 to 20 miles an hour. And for the future cast, so here's when we get into the day today. You see those 70s. If you're heading out to this evening doing maybe some sports with the kids, it's still going to be around 70 degrees at 7 o'clock tonight. So still very nice temperatures all across the area, so very enjoyable even as we head into the later evening hours. So we don't even really dip down too cold tonight, but I have more details on your forecast coming up on the 6th.
All right, Skylar, thank you. At 6:31, happening now, a homicide investigation in Providence. One person is dead after a shooting on Manton Ave late last night. Good Morning Providence reporter Yanni Trigelis is live outside police headquarters with more on this story. Yanni.
Well, Tara Lynn, we are still working to confirm more details surrounding that shooting, but what we can tell you this morning is that one person was shot and killed in the 900 block of Manton Ave last night. Now, the shooting happening at around 11 p.m. yesterday. Initial reports from Providence Police was that they were looking for a greenish-gray Dodge Caravan that fled the scene after the shooting. Now, that shooting scene remaining active throughout the overnight hours as police continue to investigate the deadly shooting. Most of their investigation, as you can see, centered around a home on Manton Ave with that crime scene tape around it. Now, this does mark the 5th homicide in the city of Providence so far in 2023. And again, we are working to confirm more details with police. We'll be sure to keep you updated both on air and online throughout the day as we continue to learn more. We're live in Providence. Yanni Trigelis, ABC 6 News.
Yanni, thank you for that update. A 23-year-old man is dead after a shooting in Fall River. Police say the homicide happened Saturday night on County Street shortly before 11 p.m. When first responders arrived on scene, they found Diamante Odom laying on the sidewalk with a gunshot wound. Odom was taken to Rhode Island Hospital where he died early Sunday morning. And Massachusetts State Police and Fall River Police say they don't have a suspect in custody but are actively investigating. And police in East Bridgewater arresting 2 teenage boys after a shots fired incident Saturday morning. Police say 18-year-old Bryce Lucas and a 17-year-old were arrested on a laundry list of charges, including reckless driving and several gun charges. Police say they arrested the 2 boys after a car chase shortly after the boys allegedly fired shots into a home. Nobody was injured, but police say it was not a random act of violence. And Sunday marked 1 year since the mass shooting in Buffalo, New York. 10 people were killed in the racially motivated shooting at a grocery store on May 14th of last year. President Biden marked the day with an emotional open, saying he's doing everything he can to curb gun violence. New York Governor Kathy Hochul speaking yesterday at that Tops Friendly Market in Buffalo.
Hate did not win on that day. The white supremacists did not win on that day. Racism did not win on the day. That the people of Buffalo said that love will come out and be the winner on this day.
Biden says in the year after the Buffalo tragedy, the country has experienced more than 650 mass shootings and well over 40,000 deaths due to gun violence. And firefighters in Providence battled a house fire on Saturday. Firefighters responded to a 3-family home on Stanwood Street around 2:30 p.m. And officials say there was significant smoke and flames coming from the building, plus heavy damage to the back of the home. At this time, the deputy chief says they don't know what caused the fire, but there were people inside the building at that time.
3-family. We did have some injuries. Right now, they've been transported for evaluation. I do not have a status on that at this time.
Jackson says there were 4 people on the 2nd floor, but he's unsure how many people were on the 1st and 3rd floors. Officials are calling the building a total loss. And New York Senator Chuck Schumer responding to the anniversary by tweeting 10 lives were cut short only a year ago in the shooting on Buffalo's East Side, a predominantly black neighborhood. In regards to the Buffalo shooting, we were talking about a story earlier. 10 innocent, beautiful Americans. We pray for them, Schumer goes on to say, their families, for the city of good neighbors, and we'll keep working to stop gun violence in America. And at least 1 person was killed and 10 others in the hospital Saturday morning from a tornado near Laguna Heights in Texas. A disaster declaration declared for the area as residents begin the long process of cleaning up the devastation. ABC's Mona Kosa Abdi has more.
Residents are now surveying the damage left behind after a tornado hit their neighborhood early Saturday morning in Texas's Rio Grande Valley. Businesses and homes destroyed.
We're seeing some utter devastation for a community that had no warning whatsoever.
ABC's Will Carr is in Laguna Heights, Texas, where authorities issued a curfew overnight.
A family of 4 was inside of a trailer on this side of the street when the tornado hit. It picked that home up and tossed it onto this side of the street. The father was thrown into that boat behind me. The kids were found underneath a bunch of debris. Amazingly, everybody was okay.
Down the block, Luis Villarreal's cousin, Robert Flores, was killed as he was sleeping, according to authorities.
He's in heaven. I knew there was going to be a lot of damage, but I was just praying.
An ABC News crew setting up in the area heard cries coming from under a home. Sound technician Jim Goer grabbed a shovel and started digging. Within minutes, a terrified dog emerged from the rubble. Over the weekend, more than 50 reported tornadoes tore across the Midwest. This confirmed tornado captured on video in the skies over Decatur, Illinois. The forecast is calling for more damaging winds and large hail in the areas that have been hit relentlessly by severe weather in recent weeks. Mona Kosa Abdi, ABC News, New York.
And let's take a look outside at 6:37 with our ABC 6 sky cams. So beautiful, that shot, and to see the sun outside. Here's ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist Skylar Spindler with your forecast.
Yeah, no severe weather for us, just beautiful, clear skies. We're off to a cool start this morning, but we warm up very quickly. Those temperatures will rebound fast. Right now, we're sitting 37 in Taunton, 38 in Norwood. It's 53 in Boston this morning, 45 in Smithfield. So most of us sitting around those 40s right now. But like I said, we rebound quickly. We start to warm up very fast as we head into the morning hours. So you can already see by the time we get to 10 a.m., everyone's in the 60s. So it'll be nice. We'll be in the 70s by lunchtime. It'll be a very nice day, a lot of sunshine. We do have a few passing clouds that'll pop through the area, but overall we're going to stay warm even into the 6 o'clock hour. So if you're headed out maybe to take the kids out to a soccer game or some baseball practice or a little baseball game, we're going to be still in those 70s by 7 o'clock tonight. We'll dip down even later in the evening hours. Look at the temperature in Providence. We're expected to be around 60 degrees at 1 o'clock in the morning. So overnight low is not going to be too bad. It'll be in the 50s. So much nicer change. So we do have a nice day planned for today. For the week, though, we do have a cold front that's going to start to move through the area on Wednesday. So just be aware, it's not going to be too bad. It's going to drop our temperatures down into the 60s. We'll be a few degrees below average. We're also going to have some breezy winds as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday, and then a couple other days towards the end of the week as well. So for now, we do have a fire weather watch that's in effect for another 2 days, and that's just because of these winds picking up. Now, when they do start to turn in from the south a little bit, that'll give us a little extra moisture in the atmosphere and should help. But further inland really is probably going to be more of the problem for the fire weather watch, just because, you know, as you're by the ocean, you get a little bit more of that humidity, but as you head further inland, it's a little bit drier. So that's kind of what we're expecting, because these winds will be about 10 to 15 miles an hour for today. But for tomorrow, they do pick up a bit. bit. So we'll see most of our sustained wind speeds 15 to 20 miles an hour, and along the Cape and coastal areas up to 25 miles an hour. So again, just expect those breezy conditions as we head into tomorrow and even Wednesday. I'll have more details on your full forecast and the 7-day coming up on the 6th.
Skylar, thank you. Let's take a look outside at those roads with our ABC 6 Skycam and see what's cooking out there at 95 at Branch. Things are moving along nicely. We like to see it. All right, let's take a look at travel times. If you're traveling 95 northbound Attleboro to Canton, it's about 24 minutes right now, so you're looking okay out there. And the city of New Bedford is sounding the alarm on fire prevention. In conjunction with the American Red Cross, the fire department and Mayor John Mitchell held a Sound the Alarm event on Saturday. It's part of a home safety initiative to promote the importance of smoke alarms. Volunteers offered free smoke alarm installations to residents across the city, and the New Bedford fire chief explaining why smoke alarms are so important.
Residential structure fires are, unfortunately, you can prevent a lot of them, but unfortunately, we're never going to be able to stop them from happening, and that's why prevention plays a key role in it. In minimizing smoke detectors are the best life safety device you can have.
The Red Cross says every day 7 people die in house fires. They say smoke detectors can help change that alarming statistic. And the 3rd annual We Heart Fall River Festival was held in downtown Fall River over the weekend. The festival celebrates the arts and culture of the city's community, and there was a huge turnout as people enjoyed vendors, food trucks, live entertainment, and arts activities. And it's 6:41, still to come on Good Morning Providence. The race for the White House continues to grow. Who is expected to throw their hat into the ring? You're watching Good Morning Providence on ABC 6. We'll be right back.
Call the Car Wreck Pro at 1-800-LAW-1222. I'm attorney Rob Levine, the heavy hitter.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the Hyundai Elantra. Lease an Elantra for $219 a month, or get 0.9% APR for 36 months, or get $750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
We're kicking off Bob's Summer of Savings in all my stores coast to coast this Memorial Day weekend. Celebrating over 30 years of furniture fun in my now 165 stores across the United States. So come join the party, because I've got new collections you won't want to miss and treats for the whole fam. Plus, get Bob's discount on my highly rated furniture, mattresses, and more, with financing options to fit your budget. Get your home summer ready during Bob's Summer of Savings this Memorial Day weekend. I've saved you a seat at the party, and a sofa, and a bed, and a
Kids World, the perfect reminder that life's more fun in the deep end.
Yeah, so never stop exploring, always keep it real.
And do whatever floats your boat, just like we do.
Feed their fantasy.
Friskies.
At Cox Mobile, we know most mobile plans treat you like another sheep in the flock, forcing you to pay for a whole heap of data like everyone else, even if a whole heap isn't what you need. Now that's more like it. Find plans that fit you based on the data you need for as low as $15 a gig with no annual contract, while running on the network with unbeatable 5G reliability. Cox Mobile, we're different because you're different.
At Cape Cod Cupola, we're dedicated to enhancing the appearance of your property.
Since 1939, our family-owned and operated small business has been creating unique, handcrafted AZEK or wood cupolas, as well as copper weather vanes and fittings. We're proud to say all our products are made right here in the good old USA.
Call us at 508-994-2119
or visit us at 78 State Road in North Garden.
For more information, visit our website, capecodcupola.com.
It's your journey. Own every mile in the all-electric Hyundai Ioniq 5, 2023 Motor Trend SUV of the Year. Lease an Ioniq 5 for $499 a month, including a $7,500 EV lease reward, or get $3,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
It's 6:43. Good Morning Providence continues with political news. U.S. consumer sentiment dropped in May, according to a report from the University of Michigan. The cause? Well, Americans are worried about the economy and the potential default of the government's debt. Plus, a New York Fed's household spending survey says monthly household spending decreased by nearly 2% from December to April. And now to the race for 2024. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is not officially in the race, but in Iowa this weekend, he took advantage of bad weather to contrast himself with former President Trump. ABC's Lionel Moyes has the details.
This morning, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis appears closer to announcing his run for the White House, focusing on voters in Iowa who will be the first to cast ballots in 2024.
Governor, what made you come here tonight? Just want to say hi to people.
Over the weekend, DeSantis capitalized on a change of plans by former President Trump, adding a stop to a restaurant in Des Moines. Trump's campaign had postponed a rally hours earlier, just 2 miles away, citing a tornado warning.
Canceled it. Big disappointment. It's been canceled for the night, unfortunately.
Trump drawing skepticism for postponing his event. The communications director for a group supporting DeSantis tweeted a picture describing a beautiful Iowa evening. DeSantis described what he called a culture of losing in the Republican Party without mentioning Trump by name.
Governing is not about building a brand or talking on social media and virtue signaling. It's ultimately about winning and about producing results.
Reacting to DeSantis' appearance, the Iowa Democratic Party chair said, no matter who ends up being the GOP nominee, it's clear MAGA Republicans support the most extreme candidates in our history. The most recent ABC News Washington Post poll of Republicans and GOP-leaning independents showed 51% prefer Trump to be the Republican nominee, more than double Governor Ron DeSantis, his nearest opponent. The poll was conducted before Trump was found liable for the sexual abuse of writer E. Jean Carroll. Lionel Moyes, ABC News, New York.
And now, your ABC 6 Storm Tracker meteorologist, Skylar Spindler.
Well, today is going to be, it's a little cool as we get started, but you might need a little light jacket. But as we head through the day, going to warm up very quickly. See those temperatures rebounding very fast. We'll see 70s by the time we get to lunchtime. So it'll be mostly sunny for the day. We'll have a couple of pop-up little stray clouds that'll pass through the area. But for the week, we do have a cold front that's going to move through the area. Now that's going to arrive on Wednesday, and it's going to just bring some cooler temperatures to us. So we'll see those 60s into Wednesday towards the end of the week. Next, rain chances start to move in by the weekend. So looking outside, just absolutely gorgeous today. No clouds for as far as we can see. Just a beautiful morning. 45 degrees in Providence. Winds are out of the west at 6 miles an hour. Temperatures this morning, we do start to warm up here. So we are looking at 37 degrees in Taunton. It's 38 in Norwood. It's 53 in Boston this morning, but most of us sitting in the 40s, 41 in Westerly, and mostly those 40s all along the Cape. So what are we expecting for today? Not a lot. The map looks beautiful. A lot of clear skies for New England. Nothing for really the whole area. So everything's mostly staying down to the south of us. So we're looking pretty good for today. So temperature wise, we'll warm up nicely. We got a lot of sunshine in store. We'll keep the coastal and the Cape area in the 60s. And then as we head a little further inland, we'll get into those mostly 70s, low 70s. Some of us will get up to those mid 70s. But here's what we're looking at for the next couple of days. We do have a fire weather watch in effect. That's just because we have some winds that are going to be picking up a bit, and we have some lower humidity levels. Now it's just a watch, so that's good news. I think once these winds do really turn in more from the south, that's going to give us a little bit moisture. So probably won't have to worry about that too much, especially along our Cape and coastal areas. So as we look at those future winds today, not too bad, 10, 15 miles an hour. Some of us getting up to 20 miles an hour. And then really the heavier winds start to pick up tomorrow. So you can kind of see these winds do shift a little bit. That should help bring in a little bit of extra moisture from the ocean. So that kind of helps with that fire weather. So we should be keeping those humidity levels around that 30 and 40%. So as we move into Tuesday evening, the winds do die down a bit, but we'll still be breezy for Wednesday. So that pattern ahead, a little bit of cold air just going to dip in. That's not going to bring our temperatures down too much. So we'll keep those temperatures in the 60s as we head into Wednesday through the weekend, but we'll start to warm up by the time we get into next week because we have all that warm air headed our way. Allergies still on the rise. We do have a lot of pollen outside, very high for today, tomorrow, Thursday, into Wednesday and Thursday. By the time we get to the weekend, we have the rain moving in, so these will start to drop a bit. You'll kind of be a little bit more relieved from those allergies. But for the rest of the week, again, breezy for tomorrow and Wednesday. We're going to stay in the 60s through the rest of the forecast after we get into Wednesday. And by the weekend, we're looking at those rain chances increasing by Saturday and Sunday. And you know, is it Wednesday that the Celtics are playing Miami? Is that the day we've got for this?
Miami? That's a great question.
The playoff game?
Why are you asking me like this?
Because it's important.
I know, but my God, I wasn't even thinking about that. That's a great question. I know.
Now that we have
it's Wednesday. Thanks, Matt. I was going to look it up on my phone.
Well, because, you know, the temperatures drop on Wednesday. So
yeah,
we're
but they're
in the
inside.
80s.
Why do we
Doesn't
care?
Matter. Because
I care more about the Red Sox game outside on Wednesday.
Well, it'll be cooler on Wednesday if you go to a Red Sox game. But
I know, and all
I'm
my
just
friends are
excited.
going. Sorry, guys.
Listen, I'm just excited for the playoffs.
You just want Miami to win. We're going to start dueling on the desk over here. Celtics versus Miami. No, that will be fun.
The whole week, yes.
Yeah, and we'll have to wear our colors on
Red and
Wednesday.
green.
Yeah. All right.
Stay tuned.
Too funny. All right. Thanks, Skylar. 6:50 in entertainment news this morning. Broadway's biggest night will not be able to take place as planned on June 11th. Now, the 76th annual Tony Awards will not be televised because of the Writers Guild of America strike. And the decision by the Tony's management committee comes after the union denied a request for a waiver to allow the live show without striking writers protesting outside the venue. The committee will hold an emergency meeting to decide how to proceed. Take a look at a slithering robot snake. Yes, that's exactly what you're seeing on your screen right now. It's from the marvelous mad scientists at NASA. The 13-foot-long autonomous device called EELS is in development at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, with hopes of someday being deployed to far-off planets to explore hard-to-reach places that we can't reach, like steep cliffs, gaping craters, underground lava tubes, you name it. NASA is hoping someday EELS will boldly go where, frankly, no other robots are weird enough to go. And Barry Morphew, accused of murdering his wife Suzanne, is speaking out now why he is now suing prosecutors. ABC has the details in today's GMA First Look.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Did you have anything to do with the disappearance of your wife?
Absolutely not.
It's been 3 years since Colorado mom Suzanne Morphew disappeared on Mother's Day.
What's been the hardest part? Just not having Mom.
Not knowing.
Her husband, Barry Morphew, charged with first-degree murder and tampering with evidence. But those charges were dropped just before his trial. And this morning, Barry and his daughters are speaking out only to ABC News.
It's very hurtful to lose your reputation and your integrity.
You never had a shred of doubt once you heard the evidence from law enforcement against your dad.
I've never had a shred of doubt. Not one.
And we'll have much more of this exclusive interview coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Ariel Reshef, ABC News, New York.
6:50.